Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Saturday video report. I've got 3 college complimentary plays coming your way in just a moment. In the Missouri Valley Conference, going to take a look at the big showdown between unbeaten Wichita State at home as a double-digit chalk against Indiana State, and also in the Pac-12, UCLA at Utah, and in the Big 12, Texas Tech at TCU. But let's start it off talking about Scott Delaney, who undoubtedly has the biggest play going today among all the handicappers. And remember, not only is he going for winning day number 7 out of 8, but the long-term run shows that he's made $10 bettors $8,645 since November. Today, biggest release of the season, 100-dime winner number 13 out of 16 is West Coast Conference Game of the Year, Portland and Pepperdine. Now, this is just as strong as that 100-dime NFL winner you got for the discounted price of $19.95 last Sunday. Remember that one with the Denver Broncos and San Diego Chargers staying under the posted total? This play is just as strong as that one. And again, he's going for winning day number 7 out of 8, and he's made $10 bettors, a little over $8,600 since November. Now, this being Saturday, as I have done every single Saturday over the past couple of years, I'm going to give you a money-saving discount coupon code that could save you potentially hundreds of dollars today, and that coupon code is 24%. Now, that's spelling out the word percent, so it's 24, P-E-R-C-E-N-T, 24, P-E-R-C-E-N-T. Put it all together, and that will save you 24% off your total purchase price. And the savings add up, guys, because this is a mix-and-match coupon. You can use it to buy individual plays. You can use it to buy long-term packages of individual handicappers. Anything you want. The only stipulation, you've got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time today. So, for example, you can't come in early and get my big play in college basketball, which goes at noon Eastern, and then come back later and get Scott Delaney's big play on the night card. Everything in your shopping cart at one time, then you can save 24% off your total purchase price, and that coupon code, again, is 24%, and no space between the number and the word. Another option for you today, perhaps you just want to buy Scott Delaney's pick, for example. You want to save $24? Well, guys, use coupon code SAVE24. SAVE24. And the other promotion going today, the hottest handicapper here at the site over the past 8 months undoubtedly has been Shawn Michaels. Today, going for winning day number 82 out of 120 with his 50-dime winner number 37 out of 55. And here's another number for you to consider. It's not only his college teaser of the year, but he's on a teaser run in all sports combined of 39-16 over the past 4+ seasons, 39-16. And today is College Teaser of the Year. It's West Virginia and Kansas State in Manhattan. That's a 1:45 Eastern Time tip-off, combined with your Big Ten game on the nighttime card between Wisconsin and Michigan. You can save $85 off the purchase price of this play by using coupon code SEAN85. SEAN85. And again, over the past 8 months, $10 bettors following Sean's advice have made, are you ready? $29,840. And guys, that is wins minus the losses minus the VIG, $29,840 in profit. It's just been a phenomenal run for Shawn Michaels, one of the best sustained runs by any handicapper here at the site, if not the best. To be honest with you, I don't recall off the top of my head anybody doing better for such a long-term period. We're talking 8 months since I started these sites over 10 years ago. So it's just been a phenomenal run for him. FYI, Jeff Benton going for winning day number 7 out of 9 today with his 50-dime Road Warrior, number 4 in a row. Number 1 was Clemson against Virginia Tech on Wednesday. Number 2, UCLA at Colorado on Thursday last night. Number 3, Blazers outright at San Antonio. So that's what he's got going. And Brad Wilson going for winning day number 8 out of 10 today with a 50-dime double-digit blowout. $10 bettors have made $7,600 following Brad's advice since July. And FYI, now that's an impressive number. There's Brad Wilson, everyday handicapper, grinding it out, and he's made $10 bettors $7,600 since July. And since the past 8 months have expired, Shawn Michaels has made $10 bettors $29,000. I mean, that's a phenomenal number. Okay, guys, let's get to it here. First of all, I'm going to take a look at the game between Texas Tech and TCU. Of course, Texas Tech is coming off that monster win at home against Baylor, a monster upset for their first Big 12 Conference victory this season and during the Tubby Smith tenure, 82-72 upset of the Bears a couple of nights ago. But listen, That final score is deceiving because they were up 21 points in the first half in that game. As for TCU, they lost 82-50 at Oklahoma State on Tuesday. And last Saturday, against those same Baylor Bears, but in Waco, they lost 88-62. And their last home game, they lost to Kansas State 65-47. Here's the way I look at this game. Tech prepared for what is turning out to be a brutal Big 12 season. People talk about the Big 10 having the top conference from top to bottom in terms of strength. I don't know, guys. I look at the Big 12, and I think they're head and shoulders over the Big 10 this season with the developments involving how good Kansas State and Oklahoma have looked so far here or in the early going. So anyway, I look at the non-conference schedule, and I see Texas Tech. They played Arizona. They played Arizona State. They played Pittsburgh. Okay, they lost all those games, but at least they played somebody. Meanwhile, TCU was playing Harvard. Okay, a decent team, obviously. Mississippi State, Washington State, And then you had like the Longwoods, and I don't even know what Longwood is. I don't even know where they're at. I didn't even know they had a basketball team. And Abilene Christian and Grambling State and Texas Pan American. Oh, yeah, that quartet's going to strike the fear in gamblers' hearts, isn't it? So even though you got a team that's 9-8, Texas Tech, and a team that's 9-7, TCU, I think Tech is prepped by, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here, by playing a much tougher non-conference schedule. And listen, I think Tech gets to win. Ironically, Tech swept the season series a year ago, including 62-53 in Fort Worth, and that was their last road win. Well, I say they get another one here today. So lay the 2 to 2.5 points with Texas Tech in this contest. I think the most interesting game on the board today is Wichita State at home, laying 10.5 points against Indiana State. Now, the Shockers just beat up Bradley in their last game at home on Monday night, 72-50, because remember, last Saturday, down by 19 points, they had to rally, force overtime before nipping a bad Missouri State team, 72-69 on the road. Meanwhile, Indiana State's coming off a pretty easy win against that same Missouri State team on Tuesday night. They were laying 10 to 10.5 points, and they won that game 70-55. They have won 7 straight and 11 out of 12. Their lone loss in that stretch coming against St. Louis. But just like I talked about TCU a moment ago, Indiana State's non-conference schedule, really nothing much to brag about. They split 2 games with Belmont. They lost at St. Louis. They beat Notre Dame in South Bend. Big deal. I think the Shockers are just a better team. 18-0, ranked 5th in the country. And they're in revenge because last year Indiana State came into Wichita and snapped Wichita State's 19-game home winning streak. So even though I think a lot of guys are going to jump on the bandwagon and take Indiana State plus the points, I think this is one of those games where Wichita State, their opponent has their attention from start to finish and playing in revenge. I just like them in this game. Now, granted, I'm not betting them, but I'm telling you, I like them in this game. And I also think it's interesting to note that the RPI ratings, as of Friday, Wichita State's RPI 10, Indiana State 62. Nothing to be ashamed about having an RPI of 62, but I think it shows you the quality of the non-conference schedule that Wichita State played as opposed to Indiana State. Again, splitting 2 games with Belmont, losing to St. Louis, and beating Notre Dame doesn't exactly impress me. So I'm going to go with Wichita State and lay the points in this one. The other one could be a trap, but I'm going to go with UCLA. Now, the Bruins are coming off a win at Colorado the other night. And as I pointed out, in using UCLA as a free pick on Thursday, they were taking on a Buffalo's team that lost their leading scorer, their number 1 defender, a guy who had started 86 consecutive games, Spencer Dinwiddie, and it was his first game, or the Buffalo's first game without him. And UCLA struggled, but they eventually pulled off the win, 69-56 at Colorado. And, it was a struggle because a team that entered Pac-12 play hitting over 50% of its shots from the field, well, they shot just 39% against Colorado. Now, they're taking on a Utah team that's coming off an 84-66 home win against Southern Cal. And Southern Cal is a bottom dweller in the Pac-12, as you know, this season. And that was preceded by an 0-2 road trip where they lost by 3 at Washington State and 2 at Washington. Nothing much to brag about there, let me tell you, because it's not like Washington and Washington State are Arizona and UCLA. You know what I mean? So on paper, I think that UCLA is clearly the better team. And I think playing the up-tempo style of game that Steve Alford endorses, I think that they have a good shot in this game. But again, it could be a trap situation, second road game in a row for UCLA, playing in the higher altitude. Utah, always a tough place to play. But again, the Bruins with a less talented team and with a far worse coach, which really is not the right thing to say because, I mean, Steve Alford is a good coach, okay? But last year with a lousy coach, let's put it that way. They managed to beat the Utes 57-53, and you look at Utah's record and you say, hey, they've got an impressive straight-up record. But again, look at the non-conference schedule and all the patsies and cupcakes that Utah compiled that impressive record against. It just doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to go with UCLA minus the 2.5 points in that one to round out your third complimentary selection for Saturday's card. Well, we'll do this again tomorrow. We have that little thing called the NFC and AFC championship games, and I'll talk about those in tomorrow's video report. Good luck, guys. Catch you tomorrow.